Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Game and we are returning to Rule the Waves 3. There is an interesting strategic conundrum that we are facing. We've just beaten off the Chinese forces from the island of Formosa, so they tried to invade, we've beaten them back. That's nice. We've also sunk a couple of their destroyers, but they still have some left. That's not a very significant fleet. They only have like 6 destroyers here. However, they also have, of course, the Xining, the biggest battleship ever built in this world, and that is a bit of an issue. Now, this guy was torpedoed by our submarines, and he managed to come back to port, and he is probably being repaired right now. The issue is, I don't know where he will appear. In Southeast Asia, Northeast Asia, both of these are possible, and I don't know when he will appear. So that's interesting because he is effectively tying up a lot of our forces in this vicinity, and currently we are guarding against both possibilities here now. That's of course not very great, and it almost acts as a fleet in being, if you want. That's sort of the concept of there is a fleet, it's not engaging you, but its mere presence is tying up your forces, and that is exactly what is happening here. Now, our other opponent is Italy, who is obviously mainly present in the Mediterranean. Now, the thing is, we cannot currently pass through the Suez Canal, and that is because our tensions with Great Britain, who is owning Egypt, is at level 8. Everything below level 7, I think, would be able to pass, and that is not what we're currently seeing. And worse even, Britain and Italy have tensions of 0. So they can pass through here easily, we cannot. We would have to go all the way around to even engage them, whereas they can just do a quick dash down here into the Indian Ocean, and that would be that. What we can do is... So I don't think it's going to be possible to come into the Mediterranean like that, because it's just too inflexible. We would spend like 3 months trying to sail around. They could just easily cut our supply lines. I don't really like that idea. What I do like, though, is the Italians do have one thing down here in Eritrea. And I think we can come there. In fact, that is within our invasion range from Greece, which is obviously under our control because reasons. And we can't get there, even though we can't technically pass through the Suez Channel. Don't ask me why, don't ask me how, but that is a possibility. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to keep a lot of our forces in Northeast Asia. In fact, we're going to pull them back from Southeast Asia towards Northeast Asia because that's going to be a little bit cheaper. That's going to be the main battle squadron here, so Battle Squadron 1, Carrier Division 1, these guys are going to come there. You can see there's a lot of movement. On the other hand, our secondary group, so second battle group, accompanied by... Which one did I pick? By one of our carrier divisions? Yeah, third carrier divisions. You guys are going to come into the Indian Ocean, you're going to support the invasion of Eritrea, and hopefully that is going to be good down there. And lastly, our sort of third group, which is going a little bit high, that's the heavy cruisers. They're going to come to Southeast Asia, they're going to go up there, and hopefully hunt down some of these Chinese destroyers. I think there's a big danger that the Italians are going to venture into the Indian Ocean, but we'll need to see whether that is going to happen or not. Small engagement here, just, I very much doubt that they have enough forces here. Yeah, they don't. Right, let's see whether that fleet in being is going to be increased. Submarine attack, gunnery accuracy with radar. Ooh, fire control radars, that is huge. Our troops have landed in Eritrea, that is good. Ah, well, one of our submarines sunk, that's not so great, but it's okay. Right, wait a minute, what did I see there? Did I see something about a stolen technology? An unknown nation has stolen industrial secrets from us. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Right, and anyway, our invasion planning has been successful, so that means that we have... Ooh, look at that. Okay, big developments here. For some reason, Italy is venturing into West Africa. That might indicate that they want to try to come towards the Indian Ocean. And for some reason, they can't pass through the... I think that's the reaction that we're seeing here. They're seeing that the Indian Ocean is being attacked. Eritrea is in the Indian Ocean. They want to get here. And they're coming in here in force. Now, the obviously good thing about this is that it means they're going to pass through quite a couple of places here where they don't have support, and some of their ships might have short range, might experience some trouble. So that's good. Also, they have kind of minimal forces now in the Mediterranean. Only a heavy cruiser compared to ours. Well, yeah, it's almost like we have better ships in the Mediterranean than they do have now. Right, so let's see what we can do with that information now. I think firstly we are going to try to challenge them, so we are going to reverse our decision here and get all of these guys here in the first carrier group. We are going to select all of you guys and we're going to move you into the Indian Ocean. So actually, you know what, this is really what I like about the game. This is sort of the strategic layer, the decision making there, and of course the boat design. So yeah, that is important. Right, let's move you guys all to the Indian Ocean. These are our main fleets. Let's check who else we've got. We've got a couple of destroyers down there. In the third destroyer group, you are actually supporting the second battle group. No, you're supporting the... Who are you supporting? Third destroyer group. Third destroyer group is supporting first cruiser division. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But I think first cruisers should go to... Yeah, let's select all of you guys. And you are actually going to go to Southeast Asia. Move these ships to Southeast Asia. Hopefully sink a couple of destroyers there. Just unify all of our groups here. Again, Southeast Asia. For some reason, I sometimes find that very hard to read. Anyway, okay, you guys are all going there. That's fine. You guys are already there. That's cool too. Some of our guys are seeing some issues with their engines and such, including you guys. That's not good. You are supposed to have extreme range and reliable engines. Okay, we're not going to send you to West Africa because I think you might also be intercepted there. So, yeah, you know what? We're going to send the raider back to Southeast Asia. He's proving a little bit less decisive than I would have liked to see. Come on, where's Southeast Asia? You guys are probably seeing it and cursing me for not seeing it. Oh, you are in Southeast Asia? No. Yeah, you are. Huh, well, that's interesting. Okay, in that case, you can just stay? Yeah. No. Okay, how do I cancel your movement order? Probably cancel order? Yeah? Nope, that didn't work. Do I need to select you first? Didn't seem to be working. You know what? You can go to Northeast Asia. Right, that's easier. Okay. Then we've got everyone else who's doing stuff. So you're also going to the Indian Ocean. Pretty much everyone is going to the Indian Ocean. Including all of our carriers. Second carrier group is... Third carrier group is... Yeah. That might very much overload our capacity here, but I think it's going to be alright. We've got ships under construction. We can't resume the construction of the Saruju. I would like to build more Yoshino classes, but we're going to save some money here for now. Also, our research is super low. New training applied. Nice. And we now have torpedo training and improved damage control. So that's very, very good. Just close to stuff. Have taken full control over Eritrea. Lovely. Okay, that is very interesting, because that means we have now gotten control of that area. Which in turn might mean that the Italians are going to turn back. And look at this. China has repaired its battleships, so these guys are now back in action over here. This is, again, an interesting tactical conundrum, because we don't know where the Italians are going to move. Are they going to come into the Indian Ocean or not? We also don't know where the Chinese are going to move. Are they going to stay in Southeast Asia? Are they going to move to Northeast Asia? I do not know. On the other hand, we've now got... No, they're still fighting. Okay, they is still fighting, but we are now considered more in control than them. That means the Italians are very likely to come into the Indian Ocean. The issue is, I would really love... And look at how many of our ships here are suffering some sort of issues in the Southeast Asian Sea. Right, okay, let's see what the Italians actually have got. 3 battleships, 1 heavy cruiser, 1 carrier. I don't think the Italian battleships are that good. But how are we going to split our forces? Do we go all in on Southeast Asia? Do we all go in on Indian Ocean? Or do we split our forces? I would love to hunt down the big ship. But keeping our main forces over here means we are not guaranteed to engage them. And the Italians would have a significant benefit over here. We've got 4 carriers in the Indian Ocean. Okay, who's left in Southeast Asia? That's our elite troops. Do we want to fight the Italians with our second line troops and have our elite troops chase down the battleship? Interesting conundrum. Okay, let's try to do that. Because I think, you know, just from a narrative point, I think it's fun to try to keep that. So, all of you guys, cancel your movement orders. You're not doing that, are you? You guys, cancel your movement orders? Ah, that works. Okay, fine. Good. Yeah, so you guys are now there. We're also going to pick first carrier division and have you guys move by selecting all of you, sending you over here, selecting you over here, cancel your movement orders, yes, and closing. There we go. Okay, so we have forces in all of these areas. You could be refurbished, but I don't think we have a new version here, and I don't think you could go for better directors. But all in all, you're really a torpedo build, so no, I don't think you actually need an upgrade. Okay, everyone else seems to be doing okay. Yeah, let's see. I do think we're probably going to see a big battle here. Yeah, large battle between 3 of our battleships, 3 of theirs. 5 light cruisers. They have 1 heavy cruiser. We've got 4 carriers. They've got 1 and 3 support, but they have a lot of destroyers. Yeah, we will need to build up our destroyer fleet, I think. But let's see. Right, our idea is to attack the enemy ships, because that's all that we've got. Okay, it's early morning. Well, it's late night, I would suppose. Very early morning. Carriers down here, accompanied by a couple of anti-air light cruisers. That's nice. Yeah, good. You're doing your job there. Thank you. Can't control you actually, and we are starting in contact with these guys down here. Not sure what's over here. That might be a convoy? Our convoys? Okay, we are defending convoys. They have a couple of destroyers there that are currently not under our control, but fine, I suppose. And then we've got the second battle squadron here. Well, I'm reluctant to go in here. This might not be the enemy, this might be our trade ships. We don't have perfect information about these guys. You guys are going to screen. You guys are supporting. Yeah, this is our ships. Oh, we do need to check the... Oh, there's another group down there. Oh, we've got 4 carriers then. You're supporting that battleship. You've got the relatively large fighter force. You're the 3rd carrier division. So you're the slow guys with a decent amount of planes. And you guys are the fast guys with a not so decent amount of planes. Okay, you guys then, your job is going to be to provide combat air patrol for the 1st battle group. And you're supporting them. Can I actually ask you to be leaded by the... No, I can't. Okay, that's fine. Right, I'll have to live with that. And you guys, what's the search pattern here? Again, I think it's a bit large. I think it can be reduced a little bit. We're only looking towards the north, but that might be warranted. Unknown radar contact. Okay, so that is likely to be the enemy here. The big issue is, of course, the number of destroyers that they have got. And our incredibly slow battleships. Okay, this is our gun range. This is our radar range. So that's we should be able to target them already. But they are pretty small ships. Right, I really hope for the morning here so that we've got a much better picture of what's developing. Whoa. We have been spotted by enemy aircraft. So they have aircraft up and running already, even though it's still night. We don't see a lot of contacts here. I don't think there are a lot of contacts down there. But let's see. We should probably patrol in between that. We don't know where they are yet. Let's keep an eye on the morning situation. Suppose we can go a little bit faster here in the early morning. Oh, I say that, and there are enemy ships. Okay, let's dial down then, and let's have you go on this course. We're gonna see. Now, the good thing is we have got the torpedo training. Jesus. Okay, you guys. You've got a couple of torpedoes. I want to use them. And your torpedo range should be pretty large. Yeah, it's actually longer than your gun range. So, pretty please launch torpedoes. Oh yeah, some light cruiser is launching torpedoes already. That's lovely. And the main reason here for doing that is to actually get them to stop their advance here, because they might do something similar, and I would not be happy about that. Looks like these guys might be the battleships. We don't know much about the Italian battleships, but I think we saw that some of them have super light armor. That's good. Okay, at least they are disengaging there. That is nice. Okay, you guys are coming back. Yeah, I will need to change the settings such that I'll have more control over these guys. Okay, battleships. Your main job here is to defend the convoy, but your main job is to actually survive. Because I would really love for you guys to survive. And what I should also do is ask our carriers to hush away a little bit from the battle, because I think you're way too close. And how's the search pattern looking? Does that still make somewhat a bit sense? Yeah, it does. Okay, fine. I think we can actually also start to prepare a strike already. So let's do that. And I'm pretty sure we can go with heavy stuff, because they are so close. Torpedoes. There are some fighters, 9 escorts. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Also same fighter type all around. Yeah. Okay. Let's ready that strike from 2nd Carrier Division and 3rd Carrier Division. Let's also do this, but go all heavy. And torpedoes, of course. Torpedoes are lovely. Very few torpedo bombers are available on the Suwo. And presumably it doesn't make sense to include that. Could use more fighters though. Yeah, let's use a couple more fighters here. And you know what? They can carry enormous bombs actually, so let's use them on a heavy loadout and ready that strike too. Just use the morning that we've got down here. Right. Actually, the first actual sighting of an enemy here. And this might very well be a destroyer, so we're going to immediately change course away from that target. Because if he is launching torpedoes, that would not be good. We are hitting him with stuff, but I very much doubt that that is a heavy cruiser as the game alleges over here. I think it's more likely a destroyer or light cruiser. There's our first recon plane that we are seeing, on our end at least. Yeah, that's very likely only a light group here, and the battleships need to be a little bit careful about that. But very soon we're going to actually see them, be able to identify them. For now we have got radar, and we know that they are there, but we don't really know what they are. But as the morning comes, we should be able to ID them a lot better. And we're actually opening fire, so that's very lovely. And we are scoring quite a couple of hits here, including a 14-inch shell hit on... which guy? This guy. I think he's a destroyer, so very likely pretty bad there for them. Right, yeah, so we've got one light cruiser, 9 6-inch guns. It's decent, but not a lot of AA. 2 inches of belt armor. Yeah, and of course torpedo tubes. Well, we figured as much. The big question is, what are we going to do with our planes? Are we going to start to launch them against the battleships that we suspect are over there? There's still twilight, right? Yeah, the actual morning is still ways away. Right, so you guys can turn back over there, turn away from the destroyers, and start to engage these ships up there. Now, again, I don't think the Italian battleships are great, but on the other hand, this is very much our secondary troops as well. So, and you very much could start to fire. I wouldn't mind that, I can tell you. Okay, you know, now finally opening fire. Not scoring hits though. Okay, here we've got the actual daylight. There's a single hit on a light cruiser. 31 knots. 31 knots, okay, that's the same class. Yeah, supposing that is a carrier up there, but I don't trust that. There's a light carrier up here. Okay, in that case, let's grab everyone who's ready. And let's ask you guys to attack the light carrier. And actually target any carriers that are up there. A coordinated strike would take almost an hour more. No, more than an hour even. What if we go coordinated strikes by carrier? Let's launch it coordinated from second carrier and third carrier. Let's also select the ready guys. And it's again a similar picture. It becomes much faster to do a single strike from a single carrier. Let's do it. Let's do a mixed approach with one big strike and 2 smaller strikes. I think that's a good idea. And then we've got one carrier group in reserve to engage any actual carrier that we're notified about. Right, I will actually ask you guys here to hold your torpedo. Why can I not ask you to hold torpedo fire? Well, okay, if I can't, then that's fine. Sending some their way is also not bad. Mikasa are suffering the first hit here, and that is a heavy hit with 14 inches of... with 14-inch calibers. So, let's see what they've got. Italy, 14 inches. That means it is the Roma class that we are facing, because the Vittorio Veneto doesn't have 14 inches. And what I really like about the Roma class, for us at least, is it only has 7 inches of belt armor. And that is not a lot. That is not a lot for a carrier, for a battleship at all. We just need to engage them instead of anyone else. So you're actually doing that, so that's okay. Wind is blowing from that direction, so that's okay too. And I don't think we need to be too concerned. Oh, but there's also a Vittorio Veneto class. Okay, let's double check on these guys too. So it's mixed. Okay, 10 inches, that's better. Slightly weird gun layout compared to the Roma. The Roma is more dangerous in that regard, but still. Okay, let's see how that develops, what these light cruisers and such are doing. I would suspect that they are staying to that, but we do, I think, need to keep an eye on the light, on our battleships and such. Sorry, not on our battleships, on our transports. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, some hits on their light cruisers, nothing too big. Some of these torpedoes almost look like it would have hit that light cruiser, and that would have been really fun. By the way, you are carrying torpedoes, aren't you? Yes, 6 above the water. So it's good that we are going the way that we are, except it would allow them to come and attack our convoys a little bit more. But let's see. Okay, one of our destroyers hit. Okay, we lost them. That's not too bad. Let's double down then towards the east. At the danger of coming closer to these light cruisers. But I also want to prevent the glare. So as the sun is rising in the east, we cannot... we shouldn't try to go due east. We shouldn't have the enemy in our due east, basically. Right. Okay, they seem to be coming back too. Radar contact so far, unidentified ships, come on. I know that these are the battleships, and it's pretty much 3 battleships. One of them is already been hit by a 14-inch shell, nice. Now, I think our guys only have 8 guns, right? Their guys have 10 guns, so they have significantly more. Is that being 14 inches, 13 inches? One of our turrets is out of action, actually. Let's see. It's going to be intriguing. Right, okay, and I do smell a chance here, so let's grab our destroyers. And have you not AI controlled? Max speed, please. And go right around over here. You've got a lot of torpedoes, right? You are the Uzuki classes. You're the best ships that I've got. Why are you so slow? Max speed. The Saragari. You suffered a medium hit, which is reducing your max speed. But I'm gonna dial that up nevertheless. And ask you guys to come here. So one of these guys will fall out of formation a little bit. But that is gonna be alright. Vittorio Veneto class hit. Another good hit from our side. Another hit on them. And I do have the experience that often it is the case that they will... The moment that you have them zeroed in, it starts to become a lot easier. Roma class hits. Okay, there's our strike package going to the report of carriers up there in the north. I really hope that I shouldn't have sent them this way. We'll see. We'll truly see. Right. Can I ask you guys to target the Roma class? Probably only when you're in gun range, actually, right? Fubiko near miss. Okay. We are starting to see some issues here with the medium guns of theirs. Can I ask you to target them? Yes, I can. Brilliant. Okay, let's do it. And now I think you'll need to go a little bit further away, like that, so that you can actually launch your torpedoes. Roma class hit, Vittorio Veneto class hit with a 14-inch. Fuji turret hit on the B turret, which is the one that is jammed anyway, so that's not a problem for now. But Mikasa also being hit, so 2 targets, 2 hits on us this time around, and another turret being out of action. That's not good. Do we know anything about their turrets? Well, this guy has a single turret out of action, but again, they have 5 turrets for 10 guns each, so... And again, the Roma class has a lot of... very little armor. More hits. Your tsunami is launching torpedoes. That's lovely. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Let's hope that we are going to launch a lot more torpedoes here. It's a single torpedo that has been launched. Couple more hits there. Nothing very big though, just medium hits. But you can see some torpedoes coming out of our torpedoes right now. Some torpedoes coming out of torpedoes. Yeah, that's not what we're getting. But near miss there. 14-inch shell hit. Benicio class hit, Roma class hit, but also Mikasa. Wait a minute, where's her? Oh no, that's Mikasa. Yeah, that's. Ooh, that's a turret destroyed. That's pretty bad. We're down to 2 functioning turrets, and one of them is not going to come back. I really do hope that our torpedo run here is going to be successful. Right, let's go down. Vittorio Venetia class. Yeah, some hits here. Whew, this is exciting, to me at least. I don't know about you guys. And let me know your thoughts on this maneuver. And you know, write a comment now, and we'll see how it turns out. I think it's good. I think we have them exactly where we want to have them with our torpedoes, but I'm very scared about losing battleships here. On the other hand, I do think we are scoring a lot more hits than they do. But again, that's not always the most important bit. Okay, one of these torpedoes was running low. And let's see how many hits we are going to score. Okay, one hit here. Nice. How about your torpedoes? Okay, your torpedo load looks okay-ish. Let's double down then and back out of this. 1 hit against them. Lots of medium and small guns. But that's not too important. Okay, they are turning away now. Okay, you have to actually launch a couple of more torpedoes here. That's interesting. Okay, in that case, let's go back here and see whether we can send more stuff their way. It would be disappointing to just score a single hit here with all of these torpedoes. But they are turning away pretty well here. I have to admit that. But as they are turning away, we are disrupting their pattern at least. But man, oh man, look at all of these torpedoes miss. Oh, that's devastating. That is devastating. I suppose you guys can adjust your course a little bit like that. And you guys can go back to being AI controlled and supporting the battle line. A single torpedo hit. A single torpedo hit. And we are actually trained in torpedo warfare. Look at all of these guys miss. All of them miss. Ah, devastating. Are you guys at least emitting smoke? No. You're not burning, you're not doing anything. You've suffered heavy damage, we think, but that's only a single turret out of action. A single turret out of action there. They are suffering from the smoke at least a little bit. That's nice. But man, that was a disappointing torpedo run here. Another guy hit. Yeah, well. Oh! Enemy transport bombs, enemy torpedo bombs bomb our stuff down here. That's not good. And do we find anyone over there? That's going to be interesting to see too. Mostly worried about their carriers actually, not so much about their bomb battleships and such, but still. And as I say that, I should just have shot my mouth. Okay, there are 6 dive bombs of theirs. We've got 11 combat air patrol aircraft. But whether or not they are on the same HUD or whether they are in a good position, I don't know. Lots more torpedoes coming in, but nothing hitting anywhere there. Okay, there we go. At least a second torpedo strike here. That is good. 3rd torpedo strike, good. Roma class hit another time, nice. But I think maybe one more, but I don't think so. No. Okay, dive bombers against Shikishima. We've got a good amount of heavy AA now. One of them is being damaged. Nothing damaged by the medium AA guns, no hits, and no bomb hits either. So, at least that's okay. We weren't hit. Notice that there's also the point about disrupting the enemy. And again, the second one is coming in a minute later, and he's shoot up by the heavy AA too. Right, so do we see any of these ships falling out of formation or anything? Heavy damage on you, supposedly. Light damage there. Light damage there. Well, that's very difficult to assess though, so I'm not sure that's truly correct. And notice our formation is being completely broken up too. One of our transport ships is being attacked there. Right, let's come back on a westerly course. Our ammo is starting to run very low. Good hits there on Roma. Roma in particular should be very, very susceptible to hits. Again, she doesn't have any armor basically. But all of her turrets are in action. One of your turrets is out of action. One of your turrets. How about us? How much of our firepower is still active? One turret out of action. Yeah, that's it. Okay. That's okay. That's not too bad. Okay, second light cruiser squadron has misunderstood signals. That means they're going to do some weird maneuvering there. Okay, we are scoring a lot of hits. No doubt about that. And I almost want to imagine that these guys are starting to become a little bit slower than they were before. How about you guys? You've basically launched all of your torps. How about you guys then? Yeah, you only have very few torpedoes either. We've got the transports down there. We've got a carrier group down here. I think you can come a little bit more to the northern sector. Let's go there. Bring it a little bit closer to the action. Okay, let's actually order a strike here. So, the last group, I think it was 2nd Carrier Division. No, you're all unready. 3rd Carrier Division. You must have some ready guys here. Okay, let's select the ready guys. It's not a lot. And let's ask you guys to come, let's say over here, and strike the battleships. And I forgot to convert you to... Okay, that doesn't make sense. Okay, you're gonna be dropped. That only leaves 8 dive bombers and 11 fighters. That's a very small strike. Okay, let's launch it anyway. You guys... We're gonna stand you down. You guys are gonna be stood down. Striking below, yeah, that makes sense. And then, anyone else? You're the escort fighters. Some torpedo bombers here? Yeah, you could actually be ready. Some more over here. Let's ready to strike with these guys. Right. Mikasa, critical hit, fire control damage. Not good. Well, we do have 2 fire controls, so that's at least the good thing here. So this shouldn't damage us too much, but obviously it does a little bit. I think you need to go a little bit more southerly. That was the Roma class that did that damage. Enemy aircraft are approaching us. 4 guys on a naval strike? 4 fighters. Okay, interesting. Yeah, they remember to not hit the escort thing. Right, another hit there on them. Good. No hits there from these fighters and their glide bombing attack. I think this Vittoria Venetia class is indeed looking like it's falling behind a little bit. I'm hoping that our ammo is going to be good enough. And Mikasa is suffering a 2nd strike here, which again strikes her firing director. And that is horrible, because now our hit chance is really gonna drop off. Minus 50%. 2 lucky hits by the Roma here in a very short time span. So it's not just carrier warfare, it's also battleships that can... where the battle can turn on a dime, basically. Okay, some combat air patrol here engaging enemy aircraft, that's good. And we are finally engaging them. By the way, we haven't gotten any reports here of the enemy at all. Okay, let's go a little bit more northerly because they seem to be withdrawing. Now, would of course be very lovely. Okay, Mikasa is suffering super heavily here. It's only disabled, it's not destroyed. But still. And I want to keep her in because there is a chance that she's drawing fire. And I mean, using our stuff on someone else would not be as good either. Right. And I'm really hoping that we're going to soon going to see our strike group there approach. Don't see them though. There are a couple of torpedo bombs there. But so far, okay, one of our destroyers down there is being engaged. That's okay, I suppose. And we are attacking what? A light cruiser or carrier? I think a light cruiser. Which we're actually hitting with a bomb. Although we are losing 2 of our dive bombers. Factor 23, that's pretty good actually on their end. So, fair I suppose. But is a single bomb hit worth 2 planes? I don't think so. Especially not on a light cruiser. On a battleship? On a carrier? Yeah, I would take that. There's a heavy cruiser. No hits either way. Fuji being hit in a turret, but it's not taken out, although there is someone else. Another bombing hit on a light cruiser with 1 aircraft damaged, 2 aircraft actually damaged, but still it's a hit. And then we're strafing a destroyer for some reason. Well, they are taking some losses, so that's nice, but again, it's not going to be crucial. Right, I think the main battle at this point really is the gun battle here. Although it's always lovely to see our carrier planes in action. Strafing the enemy battleship. Destroyers being engaged. A corvette being engaged. Because I'm really not sure whether corvettes are our most important priority here. Let's double back here. I am slightly concerned about torpedoes. Maybe not double back, maybe go a little bit more like that if they are coming in like that. Because I think at least the Vittorio Veneto class should be... we should be able to take them out. But yeah, lots of air battles evolving over here. And I am concerned about our ammo. Okay, we're gonna double back here. Try to get into the Vittorio. Okay, finally an attack here on an enemy carrier by a torpedo bomber. We don't see any results from that yet. At the same time, there are 3 enemy torpedo bombers attacking us, which obviously is not good. 2 of them have been destroyed by heavy AA. This is what I mean. This is all of these guys participating in that, so that's nice. And then the medium AA is damaging the last one, so I think all of them will need to withdraw. And we are bombing a battleship. Apparently the Roma class has been engaged by some 4 dive bombers. 3 of them actually scoring a hit. That's super lovely. I like to see that. Right, and let's double check on our carrier so that we're not missing anything. Very small air groups here, so nothing to send truly their way. You know what, you guys here, get in a naval strike configuration with heavy loadout, because that's 1,400 pound bombs. And then nothing else from this carrier stands out. The other guy would have some stuff that's there, but I suppose that's okay. You know what? These guys here, these torpedo bombers, you can go over here and try to strike enemy battleships. Go. Because I think going seeing how slow they go, that might work out. Another 4 dive bombers, another hit here on this time the Vittorio Veneto. Nice. Although we don't see any immediate damage on her, but she is likely suffering or quite a bit already. No reports about enemy carriers, though. That is concerning. Because we know they are there, so it's only that we can't see them. And that is an issue. Okay, some dive bombers here. Nice. Where are they going to go, though? Enemy torpedo bombers against Fuji. This time we are not taking out a lot of aircraft. Only one with our light guns, but that means he has already launched. So, hopefully... okay, it looks like no one hit, at least in the first 2 minutes. But look at the disposition here of our forces. It's really screwed up our entire formation. Still, we are scoring some hits on them. That's good. I think their torpedoes, their light forces might be trying a run here. No, they don't seem to be. It's interesting that the Roma is able to stand up to this so well. Yeah, but ammo. Ammo is a big issue here. Okay, guys. Yeah, okay, you guys have reloaded your torpedo tubes. Lovely. I'm gonna ask you to hold your torpedo fire for now. And then, nevertheless, we are gonna turn around. How about you guys? You still have a lot of torpedoes. You are spotted, of course. Yes, I know that. Let's also ask you to be independent. No, your job is still going to be to support. I do not want you to launch torpedoes, but I do want you to go towards this ship up there. Right. And you guys, do it. Yeah, okay, let's turn around here. Let's have everyone turn that way. And you guys are coming that way too, right? Yeah, you're a little bit too slow there. But still. Okay, you guys... The Vittorio Venetia is turning around a little bit there. We are doing a torpedo bomb on an enemy carrier over here, which definitely, most certainly, is not a carrier. And I would have really loved you to attack the battleships, as I think I told you to. But still, you're scoring a hit, so I can't be too mad. But still, hits on the enemy battleships are still better, and that is another torpedo hit. Our torpedoes should be doing a lot of damage, but for now I don't see that. Right, our battleships are turning around. It's a bit of a weird maneuver because we are not turning on a spot, but more something like I think the Germans did with the German High Fleet did at Jutland. So, turning all at the same time. Fuji secondary hit, but that's okay. Enemy aircraft. You guys are coming there, and you are doing some damage against them, I think. Right, you guys should try to come closer towards them. You don't have them targeted yet. Roma being hit. That's a dangerous situation actually, because they are so far in front of us. So you know what? We are going to turn. We're going to turn together, and we're going to turn towards the north here, and then we're going to do another maneuver. Who's avoiding torpedoes? Is anyone avoiding torpedoes? No, I misread that. Right. Okay, you guys target battleships. You're free to fire your torpedoes. Just launch them anywhere possible. Roma class being hit. Okay. You guys, can you turn a little bit away from this mass of light ships? And can you guys launch torpedoes against the Roma? Vittorio Venetia being hit by a lot of guns, but it's all only medium guns. Fuji being hit again. Into the belt. And deck, I think. No, BD? What does BD mean? I think belt, penetrating, and deck. Potentially both a little bit. Right, let's stop turning together and turn a little bit more like that. That should get these guys to come up behind Mikasa again. Roma being hit. Some light cruiser being attacked. For whatever reason. You guys should be able to launch torpedoes. And I hope you're going to do that soon. Speaking of torpedoes, how are you guys doing up here? This guy is doing heavy damage. Okay, we can ask you to start doing this now. And come up sort of like that. Right. Very few launches being seen. Some corvette being hit. Which is really, I mean, okay, yeah, but why? There's a single torpedo that I can see. Someone is launching that, so that's nice. Enemy torpedo bombers are attacking Mikasa, though. One of them is being destroyed. Two of them are being damaged or destroyed on their way out, but on their way out means they have basically shot all of their, or launched all of their torpedoes. Right, let's try to get to the north here. Okay, more torpedoes being fired here, which tends to be nice, but maybe it's not as crucial. And didn't we see one here? Oh yeah, there is one there. Come on, if that is a hit, then I'm going to be super happy. Avoiding foot torpedoes 4 times here. Whew! Nice. Right, come on. Score some hits up there in the north. Yeah, I think that was up here. Yeah, the light cruiser is doing a fine job here. Yeah, nice. She should be suffering pretty badly there. Right, I think you guys need to turn back south. Some good torpedo launches down here, I figure. But only some. Right, okay, you guys try to get down here. You don't need to engage that guy up there. I think he's toast anyway. Right, you guys need to come in front of him. His rudder might be damaged or something, which will make it very difficult actually to hit him. Good launches here, but it's still ways away, so yeah, I think we actually need to close the distance. Let's come also back close towards our stuff there. That's a Gari bomb hit, but it's a near miss, but it's still doing damage. Yeah, you can see the structure suffered pretty badly here. So that is an issue. And you are being engaged by air. But again, if the enemy is using... Oh, come on. Is that going to be a hit? No. No, it is. Got nice. I'm not sure just how well she's protected, but let's see. It would have been lovely to score a hit here on the Roma, but she's turning away too aggressively. Vittorio Venetia classes being hit, but again only by medium stuff. But by a lot of medium stuff. It's the one up here, isn't it? Yeah. You guys still have torpedoes left. Come on, do your job here. Right, it might be that you only have torpedoes on one side, so let's try to turn around like that. Good. Come on, Roma. Give me a hit on the Roma. That looks like it's gonna hit, but it might just pass under her. Or be a dud. No, it's not. Nice. Good. Good, actually. Right. If we can sink 2 of the Italian ships, that would be a good win. Yeah, I think the Vittorio Venetia is toast. That would have been another lovely hit on the Roma had it occurred. How about your torpedoes? Some of you still have some. So let's try to use them. You actually have all of them. Now battleships don't have a lot. Oh, Mikasa is falling out of. Which one is it? Fuji or Mikasa who's falling out of line here? Interesting. Yeah, we definitively did suffer quite a bit too. We shouldn't ignore that. Right, how about you guys? So you've got torpedoes left. You've got torpedo tubes, but they are on either side. So your starboard side is still fully loaded. So let's try to make another run here by going this way, I suppose. What's the turn radius? Yeah, let's see whether they're going to score another hit there. More torpedoes being launched at the Roma. But Roma is still pretty agile, so she is capable of turning away. And let's not completely ignore these guys down here either. Because as always, when they can fire, we can fire too. Or was it the other way? Right, okay, Roma has now completely crawled to a stop here. So let's try to swing in. Let's have you guys do a last pass here. See whether you're going to launch anything. Prevent their counter-flooding. Oh, well, actually counter-flood for them, I suppose. Right. Guys, come on. Launch at the Roma. Okay, that's the light cruisers up here. They're going to turn away, but I suppose that we have them in the back. If ships really slow down like that, I think they're usually toast. Ooh, enemy are approaching our carriers. Now that's not good. Oh, there's another torpedo launch. That, of course, on the other hand, is super good. But no hit. This time? No. Yeah, there's a hit. Nice. Okay, and another salvo, another hit. But notice, we are sending salvos of like 4 ships against them. And we're only scoring a single hit here, so our dot rate is pretty bad. Which is it to be expected to some extent, but still. Okay, you're completely toast. All of your turrets out of action. I think you're going down. And I suppose the same is going to be true about the Roma. I mean, some of your turrets are in action, but I think that's a little bit more like nominal. Fuji, what's the deal here with you? You've suffered 3 heavy hits, but you don't seem to be doing too bad. And this guy up here, what is he doing actually? He's trying to run away. I think we'll let him, basically, honestly, because I don't think it's worthwhile to try to chase him like that. I don't want to completely lose sight of what's going on here. Right, we still have 16 torpedoes. And the Roma hasn't gone down yet. Okay, well, firstly, you guys need to stop firing. And the same is true for Fuji. We could try to break over there. I'm fairly sure that they've got most of their forces there. But I suppose that's fine for now. Okay, let's get a couple of guys here ready. Torpedo, medium, medium, medium. Torpedo, you need to be that. Let's ready that strike. Okay, too few torpedoes on some of these ships, but that's alright. And then the guys who aren't actually ready, you guys can try to get over here and do a bombing strike. Yeah, let's launch that strike. Second carrier group. Do we have significant forces here? Yeah, some. It's not too bad. So let's also try to get you ready. Have a short turnaround here. I think that's going to be good. Yeah, so let's ready that strike. And let's come back to that in a few minutes. Who's launching torpedoes? And where? Oh yeah, sure. At the burning destroyer. That's a super worthwhile target. Like, you saved your torpedoes. You didn't launch them at Roma because you thought, hey, there's going to be a destroyer. And he deserves servicing too. Right. I do want to be slightly careful with these guys there. So let's have you turn around. Fuji shouldn't be caught out in the open here completely. And you even missed that shot. And there's another follow-up shot here. That's a light cruiser coming. What is he doing actually? Is he trying to get Fuji? More enemy aircraft. I'm very excited to learn how many aircraft ultimately were shot down by any means. Heavy AA, light AA, or even combat air patrol. Torpedo bombers against our stuff there. Torpedo bombers against Shikishima. That's a little bit more concerning. 4 of them. 2 of them are being prevented from doing anything. But she will need to avoid torpedoes. Which she did successfully, so that's good. Yeah, but that's one of the main reasons why I think speed is so crucial in ship design. It's mostly about preventing enemy launches, enemy torpedo hits. You guys did go a little bit away from where I wanted you to go. It's fair. I didn't really husband the resources there, but let's try to go away here. And I recognize that the way the wind is blowing, you might come close towards all the time. We're attacking a destroyer here. Not what I intended to do. Enemy attacks against our transport ships. Glide bomb hits against the glide bombs attacks against the battleship, but no hits. Unfortunate. Yeah, and they're coming home now. Okay, so let's do another strike then. No. Wait, right. Let's select ready. You guys. Find me some carriers. And 3rd Carrier Division. Go here. Find me battleships, you don't need to be coordinated. Just go. We haven't seen that much combat air patrol from the enemy. Notice there are some air fights going on. And this time, you know, we're doing better. We have 2 of our combat air patrol attacking 10 of their aircraft, which are actually providing escort, and we're not being immediately mauled. So it did really pay to get better stuff. Right, that being said, I noticed this is a super long episode. Notice one of our engines had some trouble there, but shouldn't be too bad. Right, you guys, let's try to come home. You know what, I'm actually going to ask you guys to support the carrier group here. Screen. We're going to make you AI controlled. Because I don't think I want these guys to come any closer. So you're going to do that, and that's going to be alright. We've blown so much ammunition. Notice these guys are now going into the wind to launch some of their strikes, which makes sense. And at that very moment you are being attacked here. That's a very inopportune moment. Let's see whether our combat air patrol does good things against these 3 dive bombers nonetheless. So they are being engaged. They're shooting down 1, they're damaging another. They might have been driven off. No, they're doing another attack here. 1 of them damaged, 1 of them destroyed. That only leaves 1, and that is for sure damaged, so I don't think he's going to be able to do anything. There's our strike that is going out. That's good, because that means we might be able to come back now. Which is, I think, what we should try to do. By the way, notice that we have some reports here of enemy ships in this vicinity too. Right. Okay, strike is going out. some transports on our side being attacked. But honestly, even if they technically fulfill their mission, I'm not going to be too concerned about that. And we are finding some enemy carriers and such. They are over here. We could try to attack that, but with that little ammo, I think our forces are pretty much exhausted. Well, we are taking an enemy carrier over here, or so they claim. It's close. It's close. We could try to go there. We have scored 2 hits. But again, I'm concerned about our battleships here. How are you guys looking? Ammo is down to 4 or 5%. No. That's just no way how we're gonna do rerun into there to do a surface engagement. That's just not possible. It doesn't make any sense, I suppose. Right. Nevertheless, is anyone ready? Just a couple of guys doing combat air patrol. No one is ready here. Yeah. Okay. Fine. What is it? Well, we've got a couple of torpedo bombs here. You guys. Can I ask you to go for carriers in the vicinity of where we last seen that attack? Yeah, you're not ready. You're going to take a while to get ready, but that's okay. That's okay. Good. Yeah, that's right. So you're going to be readied and immediately launched, but that's okay. Second battle division is the new flagship. Yeah, that makes sense. Dive bombing in a light cruiser with a hit, nice, but inconsequential. Second carrier is being immediately attacked. No, that's a light carrier on there that we are attacking. Who is attacking us? 2 fighters doing glide bombing attacks. We have some aircraft that are being prepared right now, but no. Nothing too bad happening here. Enemy AMC, interesting. Yeah, so it's pretty much down to the air battles here as we are withdrawing our forces. Oh, enemy ships being approached, that's always a good news. But so far I don't see too many attacks. Well, the enemy does provide combat air patrol, so that makes sense. Damaging and shooting down some of our aircraft. And more importantly, disrupting them. But we are starting some attacks. On a light carrier, no hits. On a destroyer, no hits. On a light carrier, no hits. Oh, sorry. No hits. They're just strafing. Okay. And on another light carrier, being heavily mauled here by the AA. But 22 medium AA guns. But at least we did score a single hit here on one of their light carriers. I very much doubt that is going to be enough to sink them, but sometimes you're lucky. Sometimes they're preparing, they're spotting fighters and such, and that can lead to a result where they're getting on fire, and then that is that for them. But so far, no, we are attacking. We are doing another attack run here. Yeah, we notice. We know that they are in here for sure, and the AI sometimes does get stuck a little bit in these kinds of pockets. But you know what, for now. Did we prepare another strike? No, we didn't. Not here, at least. Not here either. Okay, you know what? You guys are going to be heavy. You're going to be naval strike. You can do naval strikes with the 8 dive bombers there. We've got another group of 5 dive bombers who are doing naval strike. What's the F? I don't know what the F means. I know we have some guys who are... What's the F? Really? Okay. You guys, try to get over here. CVs, that's fine. No coordination required. Just go. No coordination. Yes, they do have combat air patrols, but we are at the process of withdrawing from here, basically. So... Let's see what we can do. Right, that will bring us a little bit closer towards the enemy too, because we are going to go to the north here, and that's not good. But let's see. Right, Combat air patrol shooting down enemy planes. That's nice. Another group appearing that I can't see on the map right now. Suwo being attacked here. No hits on her. Nice. And Shikishima being torpedo bombed. Unsuccessfully. Nice. Torpedo bombs on Hatsushashi. Hatsushi? I don't know. Right. Yeah. Heavy attacks here. They're doing the circle thing. At least we are approaching them too. But I don't see any hits on them, nor do we really see hits on us. Torpedo bombing and destroyers, maybe not the best idea. Torpedo bombing a corvette is even a worse idea. Yeah, we're not even getting through their combat air patrol stuff. Well, I say that, and then we are attacking a light cruiser. Which we don't know for sure is a light cruiser. Can be smaller stuff too. Destroyers hit, also nice. But after all, not the most important thing here. Right. We also need to make sure that we are getting out of this a little bit. Did we see an enemy ship? Right, who are you guys down here? Can you be a core part of the battle group? I would like you to be a lot closer. I would like you to be a lot closer. Okay, 3 torpedo bombs against Mikasa, but 2 of them being shot down by AA. So yeah, I think especially against torpedo bombers, heavy AA is incredibly useful. Against dive bombers, honestly, not that much, but at least in game, at least in game. Combat air patrol will go down. No hits here on the enemy, even though we are attacking with quite a couple of aircraft actually. Don't see any attack, any successful attack though. And of course, sending in our groups piecemeal like that has significant disadvantages. We are losing more aircraft. We should really not be doing that. We are running the elite training, which means that we have a much harder time replacing our losses anyway. So yeah, that needs to be considered. Oh, our battleships are not under AI control. I was under the impression that they were over here, which they aren't. Right, okay. I think very soon we're going to see the last of our attacks here occurring. But all pretty much very inconsequential. No great success there. But yeah, with these guys returning, we're not going to spot any more aircraft. Because I don't think we have even the time of day. Well, we might. To launch a huge strike. Okay. Combat air patrol developing there. Right, let's try to get out of here. Can we do another strike that makes any sense? Very few aircraft here. It's still some. We have some fighters who could run escort. We have some dive bombers. We have a couple of torpedo bombers. You'd be landing at night. Okay, then let's do it by aircraft carrier. Launch the strike. And you guys too. Launch the strike. 3rd carrier division. Dive bombers, a couple of fighters, a good number of fighters actually. And you as well. Okay, that's going to be the last strike here. Torpedo bombers. You could not carry enough stuff, but you can carry heavy torpedoes, so heavy bombs. So that's going to be a level attack, basically, because we have spent all of the torpedoes that we've got on our carriers. So that we're now launching them like that. Fuji, no bomb hits on her. And very soon we're going to see the carriers turn north and do their launches against this area there. Oh no, this is actually the second search that we're seeing here. Interesting. Don't think we would have needed that. Okay, there's a light cruiser here, really. Well, I mean, if he's doing it like that, then we might as well try to spot him. And I notice spotting is a bit of an ambiguous term because it can mean so many different things. Are they shadowing us? Is that what's happening here? We should see them if they are here. But I don't. Is that the strike? No, that's just combat air patrol. No, the strikes are already on their way. There are 3 packages that I can identify. They should soon start to find the enemy, but they don't seem to be doing too well in actually bombing carriers. And apologies for the background noise here. Right, more like that. Come on, guys. 4 light carriers being spotted there. These are your targets, you know that. Come on, come on. Please score hits. Please get through their combat air patrol, and our escorts are engaging them. But again, we are taking a corvette. Well, and a bomb hit here from a torpedo bomber. So that's very nice because they are carrying actually pretty big bombs on a light carrier. No hits there on the actual carrier. No, no. Yeah, you guys, you're not going to find a carrier over land. I can tell you that. Come on, this sounds like such a target-rich environment. Look at all of the reports here. Didn't see that last attack there. Enemy aircraft are approaching us. But we are disrupting them, so that's nice. No hits here. Yeah, but our aircrafts, a lot of them fairly unsuccessful, it has to be said. Still, 2 hits. Well, I think 1 hit's on a light cruiser, right? Torpedo bombers attacking Fuji. One of them destroyed by heavy, one of them by medium, and one by light AA. Now, the one with light AA has actually launched his torpedo, but evidently not anywhere near enough. And lots of strikes here. I think these are going to be the last strikes of the day, as we're seeing most of our aircrafts returning. Even these guys here haven't found anything. And that happens, of course, in reality, that, you know, you send out, I think in the Solomon Seas, it was on the first day, I want to call it, they had very big trouble finding the enemy. Okay. Okay, Sue hits a mine that causes light damage to her. Light damage is okay. We've sunk 2 battleships, 1 light cruiser, 1 destroyer. We've caused significant damage to the other battleship, 1 light cruiser and 3 destroyers. We lost 1 auxiliary, heavy damage to a single destroyer, light damage to 3 battleships. That potentially means that we have some stuff to repair, but all in all, I'm still fine with that. We lost 29 airplanes out of our 230. They lost 74. Most of the guys that they lost were to air losses. 10 only to heavy AA, to various sources of AA. We are doing much better in the air. Significant amount of operational losses for us. We're also getting a bonus for the surviving merchants. For a couple of survivors who was being picked up. Okay, that must have been the AI who did that. But yeah, let's look at the ship details here and see. So the Italia, bad name for a ship if it sinks, has been hit 16 times with heavy stuff and various other things. So you were disabled pretty early. Lots of penetrations, lots of hits on you basically. Leaks in aging structure, increasing flooding. Yeah, she's doing pretty bad. Limits flooding, limits flooding, limits flooding. What's the main thing here? Did we hit her with a torpedo early? Yeah, there was a hit by one of our destroyers. But simultaneously lots of 14-inch shell hits. At some point electric power was disabled and your radar was disabled. That's good. Then you're trying to limit the flooding from the torpedo. But you are probably slowing down at that point. And you're actually scoring hits during that time. Then you're being engaged by the heavy bombs here, by carrier aircraft. Back in action. Another torpedo hit here, causing lots and lots of flooding. And at that point she is actually sinking due to the flooding. 2 more torpedo hits that didn't do too much, so that's the Roma. Interesting. And the Julius Caesare, that's the Vittoria class. I'm very much guessing that, yeah. Again, torpedo hits. They are what is really causing lots of flooding to them. I mean, the gun attacks are, of course, what is... It's very much in concert that is going. Torpedo engine room hit. That's good. And she's sinking, and lots of 6-inch shells here by our light cruisers. That's nice. Okay, and you guys... How much damage did you suffer? You suffered a single torpedo hit. At that point, yeah, okay, a single torpedo hit. Actually from one of our carriers. She's detaching, she's trying to limit that flooding. And she is successful in doing that ultimately. One more torpedo hit and she would have gone down for sure. Alright, nevertheless, pretty good result here. Let's see what that does to us. 11,000 points, Battle of the Red Sea. Yeah, that is an appropriate name. And I noticed this has been an incredibly long episode. Okay, they are forced to take internments. Let's try to crush them completely. No! No! Bad victory! But at what cost? Notice the money down there. That is pretty bad. And we'll need to see what we can do. And we didn't even get that many concessions. And most importantly, we didn't get to hunt down the Chinese monster. With that being said, I think it's been a very great battle that we've seen. Very much with our second line ships, but still. Right, so I will need to try to clean up the financial situations here with us losing nearly 9 million. And lots of our ships damaged. So let's see how we're going to dig ourselves out of that. But I see you guys next time around. Bye bye.